The trial of the 5 men accused of murdering football star Senzo Meyiwa is underway in the High Court in Pretoria. 2 weeks ago, the trial was postponed to give the defence an opportunity to go through over 700 photographs before continuing their cross-examination of the witness, Constable Sizwe Zungu. Meyiwa was shot dead in Vosloorus in 2014. Let's speak to SABC News senior reporter Chriselda Lewis for an update. A very good afternoon to you, Chriselda. What's happened in court so far today?
Well, Nzinga advocate Charles Mnisi, who's the lawyer representing accused number 3, in cross-examination basically saying that his client was never at a hostel in Vosloorus, as testified by Constable Sizwe Zungu, on the day that Senzo Meyiwa was killed. So Mnisi continued his cross-examination of Zungu today after, of course, this long postponement by describing as hogwash Zungu's testimony that his client, Mncube, was at the hostel in Vosloorus on that day. And while Zungu has testified that on the day they went to buy alcohol and did so transported in a red Uno, Mnisi says the vehicle is in fact a VW Polo, forcing Zungu to concede. So Zungu says he may not have had a good look at the vehicle, but just knows that it was a small car. Let's take a listen to what happened there.
That's your story or your vision about the hostel, that there was a jamboree, there was a celebration, or you were called upon to go to the hostel, where accused number 3 was also there on the 26th of August, 26th of October 2014. It's just a hogwash. It never happened. Or let me say, he wasn't there. You could have been there, but he wasn't there.
I was there, Advocate Mnisi, and even they themselves, they were there as well. As depicted by this picture, it's an indication that I was there.
And further on, I've got instruction to tell you that it is yet another hogwash for you to say that motor vehicle is an Uno, that motor vehicle is a Polo, it's a VW Polo, you know, this hatchback Polo Playa vehicle.
Whether this vehicle was a Polo or Uno, I did not really take a look at it at the back with certainty. But as you can see there, the vehicle that is depicted on the picture, it's a red and a smaller vehicle, and that's the vehicle that we were using.
While you'd recall, Nzinga, that accused number 1 and 2 have already denied being in the vicinity of the Vosloorus hostel, and they say they were in KwaZulu-Natal on that fateful day. Mnisi, on the other hand, says Mncube does not even know Constable Sizwe Zungu, and that Mncube doesn't even know Gwabini. You would recall, Gwabini is the man that supposedly invited Zungu to the hostel where this get-together was taking place on the day that Senzo Meyiwa was killed. Let's take a listen to that part.
Accused number 3, Mr. Mncube, has requested me to come and tell you that he does not know you.
I also don't know accused number 3, but I saw him on that day in question, and I also spoke to him.
He further requested me to come and tell you that he was never ever with you at Mr. Zungu's place.
He's lying.
So essentially, accused number 3, through his lawyer Mnisi, contending that the whole hostel story is a mere fabrication and it simply did not happen. Of course, that's what accused number 3, through his lawyer, is stating. This is also because you would recall that Zungu had said that one of the people who was photographed with some of the accused on that day is him. Mncube says, in fact, through his lawyer, that the person in those photos is a certain Mr. Kanyile and is not Zungu, as he states in this court. So Advocate Chriselda Lewis, just before the lunch break for a accused number 4 was busy with his cross-examination of Constable Zungu. He says it's his instruction that accused number 4 does not even know Zungu from a bar of soap. To quote his exact words, he says that he's not an acquaintance of Zungu, and that in fact the first time that he had seen Zungu was inside this particular court. He had never met him on the 26th of October 2014 at the so-called gathering at the hostel. And also, you know, Zungu basically saying that is not true, and he should, through his lawyer, basically remind accused number 4 that he was the one that handed him keys on the 26th of October 2014, basically suggesting that while accused number 4 states that he does not even know Constable Zungu, that on that particular day, according to Zungu's version, was that he does may not know him, but on that particular day he was handed over keys by accused number 4. So basically they'd been in the same vicinity. This is something, of course, that accused number 4 and accused number 3 in this instance are denying.